We're gonna be metal detecting an abandoned homeless camp here in Bradenton, Florida, to see what type of goodies are left behind in a site like this. Now, before I even get started, the first thing that I want to do is I want to find a needle, and I want to see what number. Here's a needle right here. So here's a needle. The first thing we want to do is see what number the needle comes up at. So let's put the needle down, and that needle does not have a reading because it's missing the needle. So we got to be really careful because some of these needles may not come up on and not give us a number, so we'll be real careful. Here's a 20. Well, this place is just littered, so that's a high reading right there. 34. 18 might be a needle. I was getting a real high number here. 31. That's a really high number. Yeah, it's like a display phone from a store. So dumpster diving, you know. Okay, could that be the high reading? Let's find out. Nope. Yeah, that gets a high reading. Okay, so there's materials inside that phone that are gonna be like almost gold, so you get a really high reading on a phone. That's interesting. A display phone. There's no type of telling what type of crap these crackheads would have dragged into these woods. That's gonna be a soda can. I can already see it. And again, there's a lot of needles here, so we want to be like extraordinarily careful. I'm wearing good boots. Even though it's hot, I'm wearing like a whole outfit here. And we're gonna see, there's a lot of garbage here, so we're gonna ignore the most of it and focus on the higher readings. That brown stuff looks like human waste or something, who knows, right? Let's see here. And there's all types of garbage up through here. Oh, this is just needles and pipes and stuff. So we're gonna focus on like really high readings. I mean, that's a 27 in there. 37, 30, so there might be something in here. We're definitely gonna need gloves out here. I got 2 pairs of gloves, and just focus on numbers that could be gold or something valuable or different. Of course, you can't just stick your hands in this dirt because there's so many needles out here. So it's kind of a very careful excavation process. We're not going to dig into deep holes either. We're just going to stay on the surface. But in here, there's something that hit pretty high. But how would you know? I mean, look at how many just batteries and who knows? There's so much. Whatever site that high numbers in here, might be this piece of aluminum right here. Let's throw it out in the open, see if it hits it. Yeah, it's that piece of aluminum. Okay. And again, we have to keep an eye out for our surroundings because there are going to be homeless people living in here still. Last time I came to this camp, there were still homeless people in the surroundings. I love how you can quite literally, whatever the crap is in here, it's making a lot of noise. Let's see if we can find it. Looks like a stovetop burner lighter. This could have been part of a stove or a burner or a lighter or something. You see the burners inside, so that was part of a, I have no idea what these brown looking things are, but I don't even think I want to know. Wouldn't doubt it'd be human debris. And there's these piles of dirt here for some reason. This place is just filthy, absolutely filthy. Let's check and see if there's anything inside these dirt piles. There's a 24 right on the surface. Solid 23 right there. Could be this nail right here. Here's a nail. Let's see if that was it right there. Yep. That's strange for a nail to hit a 22. Usually nails don't hit that high. Usually nails are like in a lower range, but all right. 30 right here. 25. 30. Okay, but it's this piece of aluminum here. So it's just aluminum. There's still people in this homeless camp, so we gotta be really careful for our surroundings. Because I wasn't there last time I came. Something in here that's hitting 30. Looks like a piece of jewelry. Sure is. That, guys, is a piece of jewelry. Is it real? That's a piece of jewelry. It's a ring. So we've actually found jewelry. Okay. You could be on the beach all day and not find jewelry. So we're gonna go ahead and put this in a little jewelry bin that I have, or I think I might just throw it in my pocket. Might lose it in my pocket either way. It's in my pocket for now. Hopefully we don't lose it. But that could be silver. Who knows, right? I figured with as much as these people steal, there'd be good crap to find in these woods. Let me just move this stuff out of the way. I suspect wherever there's jewelry, there might be more. You can tell that's been buried for a while too. Be nice to find another needle so I can get a needle reading. And I know what numbers to look out for in the bad way. Something's 23, 24 in here. Oh, this thing here. I don't know what this is. This looks like a paintbrush. And it's reading 26, yeah. One number to avoid. Either way, you can't just go at this with your raw hands. You gotta just kind of be careful so you don't end up, you know, right there on the surface. Wonder what they had in there. A lot of Ziploc bags. And again, at all times, an eye on your surroundings. Every once in a while, I'm just looking through the woods and all directions. I know there's people that live here. There's no doubt about that. Ugh, it's disgusting. Okay, there's something buried in here. It's got a pretty high rating. Let's see what it is. There's something buried in here. I think I already saw it. There it is. We have our first coin here. Looks like a dime. Not bad. I found a penny earlier when I first started digging. 25, 26, 27. That's something good in there. Here's a fire pit. Gotta be real careful. You don't know what type of needles are in here. Oh, this is too dangerous right here. This is their fire pit. I'm sure they were dumping all types of I don't even think it's worth digging this one up. I can see needles right there. There's a needle right there. All right, we found our first needle. Here it is. Here's a needle, but it doesn't give us a reading on the needle. You can see there's a needle right there. Needle right there, but no reading. So I guess the needle tip kind of, there's something in here. Oh, it must be that what do you call that thing, the vape gun or whatever, the vape pen. Oh, we found our first needle. All right, guys, so we're getting rained on, but I found a large tree, and sometimes large trees are good places for people to stash things, like if they're going to prison for a long time or something. they'll stash things up on a tree. Also, when you're out in the woods, if there's homeless camps nearby, get a good look up. Make sure there's nobody up on the trees trying to, you know, drop something on you. For the most part, dang it, started pouring out here now. I can find a place where I can hide. Underneath this tree, maybe. You can see that somebody at some point had a camera mount on that tree right there. Fentanyl by morning, out in Bradenton. Everything that I stole, I took it to the pawn shop and only got 10. Fentanyl by morning, out in Bradenton. This place is very creepy, you can tell my man. Fentanyl by morning, out in Bradenton. Everything that I stole, I only got 10. Fentanyl by morning, out in Bradenton. Fentanyl by morning. This place is disgusting. See how they slice up the beer cans? There might be somebody in here. I'll show you guys something. You see how they slice up that can? They use a knife to slice up that can. There's gonna be traces on that. They slice up the can so they can use it as a place to, you know, they'll put the stuff in there and then burn it in there. Look at the color of this water, guys. Isn't this disgusting? Normally water isn't that color, so use your imagination into how that water became that color. And again, that's not water's natural color. That's from all the waste that's on that water. 22. Fentanyl by morning, out in Bradenton. Everything that I stole, I took it to the pawn shop and only got 10%. Fentanyl by morning, out in Bradenton. Alright guys, so a dime and a piece of jewelry is all we've got so far, and a few needles. Typical stuff you'd find in Bradenton. But there was a spot where there was jewelry earlier. You know, I'm gonna head back over there. Oh, that's the thing we dug up earlier. Amarillo by morning, out in Bradenton. The crazy thing is, you're not really getting much of a reading on needles. You know, that's, oh wow, here's another Ziploc bag. And this Ziploc bag has some jewelry in it. Looks like a Ziploc bag with jewelry in it, guys. Look, it's a Ziploc bag, and it's got what looks like jewelry in it. It's like a metal button or something. $29. That's that. This is the area where there's a lot of, where I found the jewelry earlier, but it's muddy now. And there's so much debris in here. I mean, how do you even know which target to dig? There's just one target after another this whole area. I guess just dig up the big targets with the high numbers, you know? I guess just, like, literally, look. We just dug up a needle cap. That's wild, bro. But there's a high hitting number somewhere. Let's see if we can find it. That's crazy. Immediately off the bat, you hit a needle cap, you know? It's not the highest number. Dude, this is so disgusting. I don't even think it's worth trying this crap. But, wow, this is so disgusting. And I'm sure the reason they brought in that dirt is just to cover up, you know, the worst of it. I'm looking for the higher numbers. There we go. There's a real high number in here, like a 30s. An aluminum ring. Look at all those flies and mosquitoes. That was probably it right there. Yeah, and I can see how that would look like a ring to the metal detector. That's a high reading there, but it's that those vape pens hit pretty high because they got all types of aluminum and copper inside. Oh, I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes after the rain, man. That rain really brought out the mosquitoes. And it's crazy that, like, as you're randomly digging, for whatever metal you find, you like randomly just find needles. It's crazy how you'll just randomly hit needles. You know what I mean? Like the fact that you just randomly hit needles everywhere, that's crazy. Because this ground is just saturated with needles. This ground is absolutely just saturated with needles, guys. Look, a needle cap right there in the blue. Needle cap right there. That was a very high sherp. Let's see if we can find out where it was. We got a real high sherp. I dig that. That's a pretty, it's only an 18, but it's hitting pretty. There's a piece of clothing there. Oh, it smells so bad. There it is. It's in here somewhere. Here it is. Could it be this? What is that? A piece of aluminum? Yeah, it's just a piece of cast aluminum. Okay. What is that? Piece of aluminum there. Is that a piece of a gun? Cobalt or a tool? It's a hand tool. Yeah, this is a hand tool. This is part of a hand tool, I hope. Cobalt. Okay. Hit pretty hard. So much stuff buried in here. Like, that's just a random, I don't know what the crap, it's just a pill bottle. Solid 21 right here. So many mosquitoes out here. It's underneath a root. That always sucks. Always sucks when it's underneath a root because you don't know what. Roots are always a pain in the butt to work around. Oh, there, it came right out. Okay. Man, this dirt stinks so bad. This is the nastiest smelling dirt I've ever smelled in my whole life. This stuff is just pure filth, man. This stuff is, I would call it a biohazard. Could that be it right there? Penny. There's a penny right there. 1975 penny. Okay, so a dime, a penny, and a piece of jewelry. Whatever it is, it smells so bad. I'm not even interested in going near it. I'm gonna stick away from that area. The smell, that dirt smells so bad. There's no telling what type of diseases are in there. There's no telling what type of diseases and crap are gonna be in that dirt. Better off not even messing with it. Too deep. I'm not digging, it's too hot. Metal detecting, needle filled homeless camps. Quite the afternoon entertainment there for you. There's a lot of things you can do in Florida. You know, people say, oh, Florida sucks, it's full of homeless people. Well, there's so many outdoor activities you can engage in with your family. You know, here's one of them. Have you ever thought about metal detecting homeless camps? There are so many things in Florida that you can do with your family. Have you ever considered metal detecting in abandoned homeless camps? You know, great fun for the family, and your kids can learn about needles and stuff like that. So many great possibilities here. I mean, Florida really does offer a lot when it comes to outdoor family activities, and crap, metal detecting homeless camps is just one of the many things you can do with your family out there in Florida. Just one of the many family-friendly activities that you can engage in with your family here in Florida. I bet you hadn't even thought about doing that with your kids and family down there. All right, guys, so here's a trail. Now this trail has a lot of footprints that are fresh on it, so we got to be real careful not to run into anybody here. You can see there's fresh bicycle prints and there's fresh footprints here, so somebody's been coming up through here. There might actually be somebody in here right now. It looks pretty fresh. Look at the spider web. Go underneath that real quick. But somebody's been coming through here, no doubt about that. There's definitely been people using this little trail. You can see there's fresh tire prints, fresh footprints everywhere. So really, there's no telling who could be in these woods, what they're doing in here. Most likely homeless people on needles is what we're seeing. And it looks like they slept right here last night. Looks like they just crawled right up in here and slept right here last night. This is where the footprints stop, right here. So this is probably just somebody that just recently, last night or the night before, just pushed their bicycle in here and slept in here. And they might think you're trying to steal their stuff, you know? So they can get very defensive with their places, man.